I bet you heard the conventional advice of if you want to bulk, you have to track every single calorie, including your protein, fats, and carbs, and make sure you be on a caloric surplus so that you actually gain weight over time. For my whole fitness journey, I have never ever tracked a single calorie. I'm not joking, like for the 2 years that I've been weightlifting, I have never tracked my calories, and I still managed to build the body that I have today. So why is that other fitness influencers tell you to track your weight, your calories, your macros and everything? I'll be honest, I wanted to track my weight. I did track my weight for a short period of time, but I didn't wanted to track my calories, my macros and my protein intake especially, but I didn't have the bandwidth to do so. Like, if you can imagine, I was a young boy. I was a 18-year-old boy, 17, 18-year-old boy, and I just got into weightlifting, and I didn't have much money, I didn't have much time, I was still schooling. And imagine me trying to balance my school with the gym, and inside of the gym I also have to worry about my diet, right? So if I were to track every single macro and every single protein and fats, that would take too much time and effort. I don't know if you can relate to what I'm saying, but I just didn't wanted to put in the autistic amount of time and effort to making sure that my calories are hit and my macros are hit. And if my goals then as a 17-year-old kid was to go on stage and become Mr. Olympia, then it would make sense to track my macros down to a T. But then all I wanted was just to get aesthetic, and in order to get aesthetic, to have a V taper, I didn't need to track my calories. Yeah, at least I tried and it worked. So that's why I'm making this video, because you honestly don't have to track your calories in order to achieve the body that you want. If you're a skinny guy and you want to build your dream aesthetic body, click the first link in the description right now. I work like a dog to get you the results that you genuinely want, and it's literally a one-on-one intensive program where I will force you to get results. So click the link in the description. This is what I'm gonna tell you, and I followed this for my entire weightlifting journey and I had no issues whatsoever. Don't track calories, don't track weight, only track how you look in the mirror and how you feel. Really think about it. Do you go on this journey to maximize your protein and calories? Was your goal to maximize that, to optimize your meals, your diet, so that you can get optimal muscle gain? Or was the goal to just look good and to feel good? Really answer that. Did you go on this fitness journey thinking okay, I'm gonna be the best at measuring my food and intake because that's gonna make me happy? Probably not, right? So the goal at the start was just to feel good and look good. Your desire might have been shifted to being more diet focused. Does that make sense? Because the influencers tell you oh, you have to eat this, you have to eat that, you have to make sure that you get 1 pound of protein per body weight. So that might have shifted your goals and subconsciously. And if you didn't notice really, you might just be optimizing for the diet, and you might not be you might not be training as hard or not look as good and feel as good as if you didn't follow the advice. Just measure how you look as well as how you feel in the mirror. That's the most important thing. So why tracking calories is not sustainable long term, and why tracking your weight is not necessary? If you can imagine, you are probably going to eat out at some time, right? Yes, I'll be honest, tracking your calories, your macros at home, that's easier, because you have the cute weight scale, and then you can put the food on it, and then you can see the amount of weight, and then that's how much calories I need, or that's how much protein that it contains, so that's how much I'm eating. It's easier when you're eating at home. But are you gonna eat at home for the rest of your life? Probably not. You're gonna eat outside one day. Maybe your friend invite you for for dinner, and then you're probably gonna eat some chicken rice, Western food, fast food. You're probably gonna eat fast food one day, right? So when you do, are you gonna know the specific macros that that is inside whatever you're eating. If you can really take that in and reconsider your options, it's not gonna be sustainable long term. But what I would tell you is that if you're a total beginner and like you really want to like know what is going inside your body so that you have a rough idea, then I would recommend you to just track for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That will give you like the knowledge to be like, okay, when I eat this is the amount of macros, the amount of protein that I'm eating. It will give you a rough idea so that the next time when you do eat it, you'll be like, okay, so this gives me this much. And if I eat that as well, then I'll probably hit around my goal. So you can see how that is more like sustainable as compared to like the, okay, I need to like measure every single macro that is on the table. And it's also not nice being like being that guy. Imagine trying to like search for like the macros online when you're eating with your friends. You're not even present with them, and it's not even nice to go out with someone like that is like constantly needing to like check. Oh, it's so important. Like what am I eating right now? Like I must make sure that this is not poisoning me. Don't overcomplicate the process. Simply track how you look in the mirror every single morning and how you feel. If you're a skinny guy and you feel weak all the time, you just don't feel strong in the gym, you haven't been progressively overloading since like the past month, then definitely start to eat more, bro. What to eat? That's like, you know what is real food and you know what is like processed junk food, sugary food. Even if I tell you like, oh, you have to eat this and that and this and that for you to eat healthy, you yourself know like what is healthy and what is not, right? If you can imagine, like if you look at a plate of food and then there's like rice, broccoli, carrots and chicken, probably think like, oh yeah, that's fairly healthy. But then if you look at a plate and then there's like burgers, chicken is like fried, and then there's french fries, and then there's a bottle of Coke, probably think like that's not so healthy, right? So you yourself know like what is healthy and what is not. So if you can just eat something that you know that is healthy in your eyes, like you don't have to overcomplicate things like, oh, this one has like zero sugar Coke, so that's not gonna give me like any fat. If you really think about it, like what do they add inside of like zero sugar Coke in order to like make it sweet and like taste the same, somewhat similar, but then there's no sugar? Like what do they add inside of it? Like genuinely, what the fuck do they add inside of it for it to like taste the same? They add chemicals and things that fuck up your hormones in order for it to like taste the same. Be intellectual about it. You know what is healthy and you know what is not. So just follow like the healthy route. And if you really want to like indulge, if you're having a night out with your friends and they want to like share the dessert or something, bro, go have it, man. Like don't be the autistic guy that is just like, oh no, I don't eat that because it's gonna sabotage my weightlifting journey. Enjoy life as well when you're on this journey, because the last thing you want is to like sacrifice every single thing that makes you happy, small things that make you happy in life, just for like this. Like, yes, if you want to compete, if you want to be a fitness influencer, then that's a bit different. But if you're just a regular dude and you just want to be fit and look good to attract girls, you don't have to go like the extreme to do that. And if you are currently tracking your calories, your macros, your protein and everything, you don't have to. This is the video for you to know that you don't have to track it. I know it might sound a bit scary if you've been tracking it for like weeks or even months, but trust me, how you feel is the most important, right? But also how you look is what you're optimizing for. Guys that want to get aesthetic, how they look is like the most important thing, right? And then how you feel as well, because if you feel like shit but then you look good, then that's probably not so good, you know. But then if you feel good and you don't look as good, then that's even better. So you want to optimize about how you feel, and usually feel you usually feel better when you eat healthier, and then see how your body is, like see the size of it. If it's getting smaller, eat more. If it's getting too big, eat lesser. It's that simple. Like you don't have to overcomplicate it, you don't have to track your macros whatsoever. And if you want to track it, like I said, track it for like a week, 2 weeks, and then you have a rough idea of how calories work. Does that make sense? So in the future, when you're eating something, your brain automatically like registers, okay, this one is this amount of calories, this amount of protein, so I don't eat too much of that because I might go over my maintenance. Having this in mind allowed me to not feel as bad in the long run about my diet and what I'm eating, because if you are a guy that obsesses over like every single macro and protein and fats, and then if you don't hit it, you probably feel like shitter about it. And when you feel shitter about it, your workouts might not be as good. And then it becomes like a downward spiral. It shouldn't be like that. It should just be like a fun, happy, like carefree journey that you don't have to worry much about like your macros, your food and everything. Food is essential for human beings, and food is nice, you know, like, and enjoy the food. And you don't have to be autistic, like tracking every single thing. I hope like this video helps you in any way, making your diet more sustainable. Again, if you're like a skinny guy and you're serious about building the static physique, click the first link in the description. It's literally like the best investment you're gonna make. If you click on the link and then you see like the cost of it, that cost is going to be there for as long as no one joins. So if a member joins, the price will automatically like go up, and that price is what you will be paying for like the rest of your life. You're locked in at that price basically. So if you're paying like $49 per month, you are getting that price for the rest of the life, unless you cancel. And then if you join like 3 months later and then it became like $69 per month or $79, then that's the price that you're gonna be paying. So the earlier you join, definitely you secure the price and you lock in the price like for the rest of the following months as well. So make sure you check it out, and yeah, thanks for watching.